All right. In this discussion, in this video, we're going to talk about gross pay. I don't know if you realize this. I would imagine most of you that have part-time jobs, when you first got your paycheck, you were probably very surprised to see what you actually earned is not what you got paid. In actuality, you really only get two-thirds of your paycheck. You only get two-thirds. Yes, surprised young lady, you're only getting two-thirds of your paycheck. So think about this. If you earn $50,000 a year, you're really only getting an estimated $33,000 for yourself. Um, that's it's anywhere from 65 to 70% of the money you make, you're actually getting. Yeah, very good question there, bug-eyed guy. Where does it go? That's something that we're going to need to act like Sherlock Holmes and uncover these clues as we progress through this chapter, through this unit of gross pay, net pay, and your employability. Understand, you're not a victim here. You do have a little bit of control over how much money you actually bring home. So we're going to uncover that here in the coming days and weeks of this course. So first off, we got to understand what gross pay is, net pay, and deductions. So let's look at gross pay first. Gross pay is simply the total amount of money you earn before any deductions are taken out. So what's net pay? Net pay is the amount it's the amount of your paycheck after deductions. A lot of times we call that take-home pay. It's the money you get to take home. What are deductions? Deductions are the amount of money subtracted from your gross pay. So any money taken out of the gross pay is considered a deduction. Let's look at calculating gross pay for hourly employees. I would assume most of you that have part-time jobs are hourly employees. The math isn't that hard. Basically, to get regular pay for hourly employees, you take the hourly rate that you're getting paid and you multiply it by the hours worked. Pretty simple. Now, overtime is different. According to the Fair Labor Standards Act, which that law goes back to the 1930s, that law established what employers have to do if people work an hourly rate. What's considered regular hours? What's a regular work week? It's 40 hours. So by law, anything over 40 hours, the Fair Labor Standards Act says you have to pay the employee time and a half. So how do you figure that out mathematically? How do you figure out time and a half? Well, you're going to take the hourly rate and you're going to multiply that by time and a half, 1.5. That's going to give you the hourly rate. So then all you have to do is take your overtime rate, multiply it by your overtime hours. So if someone worked 45 hours, that means they earned 5 hours of overtime. Pretty simple. Now let's look at a person that gets paid salaried. I'm a salaried employee. I get paid the same amount whether I work 40 hours or if I work 50 hours, or if I work 30 hours or if I work 55 hours. What's important about calculating gross pay for salary people is you got to understand how many pay periods there are. So if you get paid annually, there's basically one pay period. If you get paid monthly, you get 12 pays a year, 12 months in a year. Let's jump down to the weekly. If you get paid every week, how many weeks are in a year? It's 52. So you're going to get 52 paychecks if you get weekly pay. For biweekly, which is probably the most popular method of being paid today, you're going to get 26 payments, half of the weekly payments. What about twice a month? Well, that's pretty simple. You're going to get paid 24 payments in a year. So to calculate your gross salary, all you do is take your annual salary divided by the number of pay periods that you're going to get. So if I make $50,000 a year, I divide that by 26 if I get paid biweekly, or if I get paid once a month, I take that 50,000 divided by 12. That's going to give me my gross salary. Pretty simple. I would say salaried employees, it's easier to calculate their gross pay, and plus it's easier to budget for these people because they're going to get the same amount every pay. Where hourly employees, it depends on the number of hours you work, how much you get paid, and also if you work more than 40 hours, you're going to get overtime. That's for hourly employees. So let's put all this together. So basically, you take your regular wages, your regular pay, you add in any overtime pay, add in any bonuses, add in commission if you get commission, add in tips if you get tips. That's going to give you your gross pay. And later, we're going to talk about mandatory and voluntary deductions to get the net pay. That's for another video.